Welcome back, everyone, to the Ghost 4v4 Search and Destroy. We're sitting in round number 2, aka quarterfinals here of tonight's tournament. And we've got the side of YRNIG, I'm just going to call them YRN, versus the side of WeLoveGhosts. So this obviously should be a very interesting match to watch. I believe at least the side of WeLoveGhosts got a bye in round number 1, so they've obviously booked their ticket to at least advancing toward the quarterfinals up to this point. As this round already taking place, and it's already in the books. It will be the side of WeLoveGhosts taking round number 1. Of course, it is Mr. Optic Hitch finding the final kill of round number 1. Showing he is a free agent heading into World War II, like I think just about every single person is on Twitter. But no, we got a number of different, obviously known pro players actually in this match. From one side, WeLoveGhosts. Of course, we do have Exotic prior, of course, being on Cloud9. And for the side of YRN, we do have Slacked, who of course is a current player for Luminosity Gaming. So have a mixture of pros in this match. Kind of interesting to see that it's kind of like a team captain chosen for either side when it comes down to pro players, both teams having such. And we will see what the side of WeLoveGhosts can do right now. When it comes down to Octane, of course, be primary bomb site to be looking at. Looks like shots coming in 2-on-4 right now for the side of WeLoveGhosts, trying to clutch this one up, and it looks like a gunfight now going to go in Hitch's way. Nice drop shot there on Godism, but Exotic having a lot of players entering into his position, needs to find at least one, can't find that. It would be an ace for Hitch a ride if he could close this one out. Player just toward his top right, not going to spot him, receiving some shots and decides to peek back out. Slack will be there with the Vector at range. Kind of unfortunate timing there for Hitch, decides to try to back up. Doesn't exactly know where the fire is coming from, and will get picked off in the end. So Slacked finally adding a kill on the board. And so when it comes down to a map like Octane, it's kind of difficult, right? You obviously do have the snipers to be aware of, which it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever if we do see snipers coming out from quite a few of these players, mostly going to be on the defensive side for the most part if we do see any at all. And just kind of heading everyone's attention over toward B, watching those smokes, watching those crosses. Those first bloods are crucial. Exotic doing exactly that. Quickly gets shut down there by Godism, silencing what could have been a man-count advantage for the opposite side. And Slack watching his teammate Steve actually just advance in toward bottom broken. And Slack thinks the coast is clear when it's not at all the case. Player door support is right on bottom gas. Finishes off that kill, and now it's going to be up to Monitor in a 1-on-2. Thankfully for him, he is on defense. That preferred side does change once the bomb goes down, and player just toward his left. I think his teammates probably call that one out to him just due to the late ADS. Checking every corner, knowing the A site is probably a primary target. Receiving some shots there from Quavo Steve on that head glitch. And Steve is going to go for the chase. Monitor here, though, peeks around the corner and just bad timing, spots one toward his left. And he knows exactly where this other player is. Slack just has to play the timing, and Slacked gets on that ladder so incredibly quick. I want to see how fast he climbs this. Gets off the bomb, immediately hops up here. And it's clearly a good idea in the end, as he will find that ending kill and adding the first round on the board. A much needed round for the side of YRN. Of course, if you have watched prior tournaments, you have seen guys like Quavo Steve as well compete, play in a number of different tournaments. Quavo Steve taking some shots through the smoke, of course being blind, not spotting anything. With Exotic and Django both finding kills. Quavo Luge trying to respond as he'll find one. And Hits right now with the bomb in hands right now for the side of WeLoveGhosts. Proving it. Stun out. Going to call that one out to his teammate Django, who could be here for the pickup. Decent line sight, but Quavo Steve shuts down Hitch. And it looks like Django tossing out the smoke, and that's a decent idea because, of course, it is going to free him up to grab that bomb. Had that player been in top pawn, it wouldn't have happened, and I like this play. I was going to say, if Django rotated all the way over toward A, I would respect it, and it wouldn't be a bad play in the end, but right now you can see Quavo Steve thinking that he's got to be most likely in top B in one of these buildings, just kind of holding back spawn. And then that lack of patience starts to set in. Did he rotate all the way over toward A? Should I rotate all the way back here just if that's the case? And based on the current positioning, Django should be able to get this bomb down, but Thing is that QuarterFinals going to be very quickly here. Bomb's probably just nearly going to get down, if not just toward the end of it, and Django will shut him, or will try to shut him down, but in the end it will be Steve who walks away with a gunfight. Nice chase down in the end for Steve. It wasn't a bad angle to hold whatsoever. Kind of rotates through, flanks around, and just kind of holds a back angle. And if you are Django in that position, you're obviously in a position to try and clutch. He throws the smoke down, grabs the bomb, and wouldn't have been possible for him to plant toward B, and kind of makes a little bit of a later rotation over toward A, and he will get sought out due to the time restraints. But looking at Steve, of course, after winning that last 1v1 engagement with the sniper rifle now in hand, making a pretty forward position right now. Very good spot, line sight to hold. It looks like Exotic will be shut down for the first blood. Still looking forward. Not a whole lot of players in contention right now here over at A. And QuarterFinals kind of clearing things out. Only 2 players left, both Hitch, Ride, and Monitor. Hitch taking some shots. That's not going to leave Monitor potentially to finish off another one. Try to hold off that cover fire. He will drop most likely here in a few moments, and yes, he will in the end. So QuarterFinals shuts down Monitor with the pistol. Side of YRN starting to bring this one back. Aggressive rush from QuarterFinals, and when you're kind of in that 2-on-4 position, you're kind of in a awkward line sight, kind of in a little bit of an alleyway. Don't really have a whole lot of angles to look forward to. It can make it a little bit difficult for you. So with that, it will be the side of YRNIG, who's currently up 4 rounds to 1. And now we will see what the offensive team will vin to do. It looks like a sniper in hand for Monitor. Peeking forward. It looks like nothing home with that USR as of yet. On the opposite side, Godism shutting down Django. QuarterFinals doing some damage as well. When you are in this position right now for Godism, making a very aggressive rush. He's not on offense. He's on defense, finding one from behind, and now Exotic's all, or excuse me, that wasn't Exotic. I think it was, oh, no, it was Exotic. Last alive, and he will drop in the end. Starting to blend rounds together because of how fast these are going. As it has been all YRN, to say the least. As you look at the scorecard in your top right, 4 and 5 for Exotic, 4 and 6 for Monitor, 3 and 5 for Hitch, Ryan, and Django. Stango sitting at 2 and 6. Probably one of the best gamer tags in the lobby, but not advancing him too far. It looks like Hitch, Ryan finding the first blood. That one going to be on Slacked. And continuing to have that one out. Player aggressively rushing right now. Goes for the quick scope. Not going to be home. Optic Hitch. Sniper rifle. Not going to be answering there. Regardless, QuarterFinals with the sniper rifle in hand, trying to solidify this round in his team's way. Of course, if he wins this one, it would be game number 1 in the books. Spots Steve from the side, and Django Stango says, pistol bullets are nice, but a vector's even better, as he will receive those. Quickly turns around. Good timing there for Django, as he will keep his team alive for at least a little bit longer. This would be a very miraculous clutch if they do end up bringing this one back, but not going to be easy. They're going to have to play pretty much perfect if they want to force at least a map 3. But now looking through the eyes of Exotic, not having the strongest game when you are a professional player, you're held to a higher standard. So we'll see what Exotic can do. Of course, not known for being a pro in Call of Duty Ghosts, but regardless, we'll see what he can try and provide. Trying to gear up for some World War II action. Ooh, nice shot there on Godism as Exotic shuts him down, but Steve is quick to bring the man count. Now back in the side of YRN's favor. Exotic still has that bomb down. It would be a bad idea to go and plant it potentially. And Monitor shortly coming from behind to try and join forces with them. And if you look at the minimap, all 3 players right now for the side of YRN kind of spread out. They should spot at least one player to the side, but no, that's going to be Monitor who's there to shut one down. Unfortunately, though, for him, Exotic gets picked off at the exact same time. Bomb grab for Monitor. 1-on-2 versus the Quavos. And he will get picked off. Nice effort there for Monitor, but it is going to be a pretty dominant victory for the side of YRN, as they're now going to go up 1-0 in this series. And of course, these are, if you guys are just joining us, these are best of threes. So not only one map away from closing this series out. So now as we do get ready to focus our attention for map number 2, it will be Search and Destroy on Freight. So a map that plays a little bit differently. Of course, we have been able to watch Freight earlier in this tournament, and you're going to see obviously a lot of A hits. Not going to see anything too out of the ordinary, but it's really about those offensive pushes. How can the offensive teams try to get that little bit of an advantage? Granted, you might not see as much sniper play when it comes into Freight as you just previously did on Octane, but it should definitely make for an interesting matchup. I'm really curious to see what WeLoveGhosts can kind of come out with. They obviously had a little bit of an issue when it came down to that last map, only winning just 2 rounds. But you never know. Things can happen. Freight. Welcome back, everyone, to the Ghosts 4v4 Search and Destroy. We're looking at map number 2. Right now on Freight, Search and Destroy. Map number 1 ended up going the way of YRNIG. We're already taking a look at the early perspective. It looks like 2 assists going down there for Exotic. Saw him tweet on Twitter. Says, we're down 0-1. Great. So he's trying to regain. Of course, had a little bit of an interesting ADSing when he came down into this round. So trying to shake off the loss, potentially, is John, a.k.a. the other Mochilla. Looks exactly like Mochilla. It's kind of weird. Regardless, Exotic now in a position to clutch. Slack ends up taking down Hitch, and Exotic has to try and do it all for his team right now. Finds one in Slack. 1 left remaining. It would be Goatism. Hanging toward that back B site, and Exotic thankfully does have that bomb in his hands. And if you're in his current position, while it is a nice target to hit, it's definitely could be the preferred one. There's just so many, or at least preferred one for right now. There's so many line sites where someone could be hanging from. So if you are Exotic, he's going to immediately try to hide in one of these areas. He's going to choose fire. See what Goatism tries to do here, trying to play as if he was Exotic, trying to see what angles he would be at if he was on offense. And it looks like Exotic going to pick him up from behind. The turn on! Oh my god! And Goatism! Oh no! Oh, Goatism lets him know. He shakes his head. If Exotic hasn't lost full yet, he definitely did now. I can't wait to see that again. That hurts to watch. I feel like I need to sit down my headset. Let's just watch this one in silence, everyone. Oh, wait, is it not going to show? Oh, it doesn't show. No. Oh, no, I forgot if the bomb's defused yet. It doesn't show. That's right. Wow. Oh. Oh, no. As that was happening, I imagine the song in the arms, like in the arms of the angel, like the sad song that you hear during, like those animal commercials. It's really sad. Yeah. I imagine that'll be on Reddit. Oh gosh, kill's already going down. Goatism last alive. A quick response coming in from the side of WeLoveGhosts saying that rounds like that aren't going to continue. Goatism now this time. He's going to be in a 1-on-3. He just had a nice turn on. And maybe even a 1-on-3 would be the cherry on top in this round. Kind of seal the deal for his team. Granted, only 1 map is in the books, but it looks like Hitch a Ride will be shutting down Goatism. Nice Remington shot there coming in from him. Of course, line sight gained, position earned, and the shots coming through. And Exotic, the 1 death. Oh man, I'm gonna stare at that 1, or maybe that 1 keeps going up to stare at that death total. That's an interesting one. Goatism now with the sniper rifle in hand. The USR not spawning anyone off the top of this round. No aggressive rushers toward the side of red, but like I said, I want to see what it comes with these offensive teams. What's the strategy really? Looks like the smoke being thrown out from the side. I believe that was of WeLoveGhosts. Would definitely be in their favor to do that. And Django made his way through underground, going to toss out that stun, and doing that, it automatically opens up the gate. So no shots, no knives having to go through to make that one happen. So they most likely know that someone's in the flank. Django just toward his right has to turn quickly, but it's not going to be there. And Monitor will be shut down as well. Not 1 player dropping from the side of YRN. So an interesting round number 1. Not going to exactly explain the details if you're just joining us. Round number 2, dominant victory for the side of WeLoveGhosts. And now round number 3, not even 1 player drop from the side of YRN. So pretty interesting round, to say the least. That's obviously being dictated in the scorecard to your top right. Not exactly consistency for really either team, to be honest, at the moment. YRNIG, though, leading in kills, not just for his team, but in the lobby as well. Looks like Smoke's out here for Monitor. Making the aggressive rush. Nade just actually went out, but no, QuarterFinals wins the gunfight regardless. Has the nade in his hand. He's able to throw that one out successfully and also wins the gunfight. Slack tosses the smoke out to clear his positioning, and Hitch doesn't even know that that push is happening toward B. He does now. Nade out, and just honestly the worst time you could ask for. Django has the thermal Remington up close, and he's not going to win that one either. The Quavo boys making things happen, as they're now going to lead their team to a 3-1 round advantage. And you can see Steve here. Nice turn as well. That's not an easy shot to hit, especially whenever you're in a outfit like that. Kind of camos you to the snow. I'm normally not the biggest fan of snowy maps when it comes to Call of Duty, but Freight is definitely an exception to that. Freight is a great map. I really like Freight a lot. Personally, one of my favorite maps in Call of Duty history. Just letting everyone know that. 3 rounds to 1, a much-needed one for the side of WeLoveGhosts. Gonna have to love it a lot more if they want to bring this one back. And YRNIG doing some damage, finding that first blood inside of second story red. Receiving some shots from his left and just trying to stay alive. It looks like he will do that for now. Slacked. Last alive right now. Picks Hitch off of that head glitch, but can't make much more happen than that. Monitor, right place at the right time. Too many players alive for Slacked. 1 on 4. That would have been miraculous in the position that he was at. This kind of gets caught off guard. And it's almost like every round that WeLoveGhosts wins, it's just as if every single 1v1 at one time is going their way. So maybe if we see them do that in future rounds, if they can maybe get an offensive one under their belts, that could be the case. Maybe we could start to see that that continuation happen after that last round. So Slack now with the bomb in his hands, either going to close underground or run underneath it. It looks like he will eventually go and close it. So at least for now, it seems that their target is going to be over toward A. Shots being exchanged right now. Player just inside the second story red. Now third story is going to be Django. Hops out. This is a very interesting angle to hold, but regardless, he's able to escape out of dodge and stays alive. Slack spawning his head most likely. Can't finish off the gunfight. That would have been a very interesting reaction time if Slack would have won that. Yoda's peeking the right angle. Player just getting ready to pop around the corner. He'll be finished off. Nice ADS there coming in from Godism, but it's now going to be left up to his teammate QuarterFinals to clutch this one out. And player is just below him. Once he jumps off this, he should be dropped, and yes, he will. It will be YRNIG there for the pickup. As I believe they did know an idea of his positioning. I know only YRNIG was kind of around this area, but I'm pretty sure they had an idea that he was kind of hanging around red. And you obviously see YRNIG in a pretty decent positioning. You know, obviously did have his back kind of covered, so that player ended up rotating toward the opposite line sight or the opposite door of red. He could have had an awkward gunfight or awkward engagement. Regardless, he does choose correctly, and most players are going to enter in from that side, so it makes the right decision. And YRNIG going to continue his progression toward red. This time in round number 7. Takes a nade just to his side, but is able to stay alive for the time being. Django Stango gets dropped for the first blood. Slack finding that one. Both pro players leading for their teams, as they should. And player getting ready to come around the corner. Hitch should be able to finish that one off. Yes, Lou dropped. Looks like one player from above also gets picked off. Hitch finding both of those. Monitor finding the third, and now it's up to Godism. 1 on 3, a suppressed Vector, and that's not going to answer the call. As like I said, man, every time that we see the side of WeLoveGhosts win around, it's all these gunfights happening at once. It's almost like the side of YRNIG is doing a great job at kind of catching players off guard or making plays happen from behind or just kind of outplaying. But it seems that the overall gun skill, at least it looks to be the way of WeLoveGhosts, regardless of that first round. Regardless of the first round that happened. Gun skill seems to be at least in favor at times as a team momentum based for the side of WeLoveGhosts. Every time. And every time they win around, it's immediate. I'm not sure how to explain it more than that. Slacked. His team on offense, kills going down. It looks like 1 for each side, and Slack should have a player just toward his right. Can he finish off the gunfight is the question? Yes. Picks off Hitch, 2 on 2. And Django might have spotted someone through that train. Yes, he does. Can he pick him off is the question. Yes, that one goes his way. One-on-one scenario. Slacked opens the door toward fire and peeks around the corner. A great play there from Slacked. Opens the door and makes Django a little bit worried. Thinks the push could be happening. And I think Django ended up having a Remington, I believe that is in his hands. Yeah, I believe that is a Remington, so he obviously realizes those close quarter engagements with that thermal Remington is not going to pay off too well. You're not going to see too many players kind of force that. You're going to open up fire, kind of hang outside maybe toward that dumpster, toward that right side. But instead Slack kind of makes a little bit of a crossover. And it doesn't work out well. So we're now going to be level at 4 rounds apiece. Staying on board with Slacked coming into this round. As Steve shuts down Exotic, Monitor shutting down Steve after that. One person on the flank gets dropped. Slack finds one, tries to find the second, but no, he will drop. 2-on-2. Bomb is down right now, but not in a bad position to say the least, but it looks like Godism shuts down Django, so now it's left up to Hitch. 1-on-2 versus Godism and Quavo Liu, and I'm not sure if Liu ended up spawning Hitch from that angle, but yes, he will pick him off in the end. That's a nice little 360 for good measure. As that will now put the side of YRN on not just map point, but as well as series point here in the quarterfinals of the Ghost 4v4 Search and Destroy. And Slacked as well, currently leading at 10 kills in the lobby. As I think it's only right that we do go on board with the team who has to try and clutch this one up. They've done pretty well when it comes down to Freight. When it came down to this map number 2, they've definitely been improving. And it looks like a lot of attention being forced toward this left side. Well, it looks like they could be making their way toward B. It wouldn't surprise me if they wrap back toward A. But no, the smoke is out. One player watching that cross is going to be Exotic, making that rush forward. He has to find at least one of these kills, but no, not able to find anything under this. Exotic does not find anything, only just knows of a general location. So he has no call up for Django. Django receiving some shots from the opposite side of the map, finishes off Godism. And it looks like Django's dropped. This is not going to be an easy one for Exotic. Yeah, that's just an awkward angle to hold. Of course, the smoke is down. It was a very well played round there for YRN, and one that guarantees them the victory in this series. But if you are Exotic, you can't afford to lose that gunfight, especially being in the situation that they were in, being down after losing future rounds. So it is going to be a 2-0 coming in from the side of YRNIG as they win map number 1 on Octane, Search and Destroy 6-2, and close out Search and Destroy on Freight 6-4. So like I said, we ended up seeing a pretty decent effort coming in from the side of WeLoveGhosts, definitely improving from their last map efforts. However, like I said, it is a victory for the team that you'd probably expect to most likely win. But like I said, from the side of WeLoveGhosts, have a number of different talented players.
But you'll always stay close to my heart.